Now compare that to the Democrats, who are still trying and failing to crack the masculinity code. Their so-called Joe Rogan of the left, Hasan Piker, is back in the headlines, this time for calling Republicans terrorists.
A stark difference between even a Democrat who you and I might find not up to par, to say the least, versus Vance or whoever the they put up.
Of course. I mean, I hate Republicans. I oppose them. I say that all the time. I think that the Republicans are far more damaging. The biggest terrorists, the biggest domestic terrorists in this country, the biggest terrorist internationally is the Republican Party.
Disgraceful. But not all Democrats are sucking up to the America-hating streamer. Michigan Senator Elise Slotkin is firing back after Piker attacked her for daring to talk to Bill Maher, but not him. Watch.
I talked with Hasan Piker this week, and he essentially said that there was a double standard on you going on Bill Maher's show versus his Twitch stream. Do you want to respond to that?
Some derogatory things he said about Orthodox Jews, saying that we deserve 9/11. Like, there's some things in there. Not to mention, he calls me stupid like every other week. So what normal human being would choose to go on a show when someone calls you stupid every 10 days?
Yes, obviously. I'm not quite sure, Harold, why more mainstream media folks don't adopt her common sense approach. This guy's bad news.
I agree. I think that whenever on either side, Democrats or Republicans use language that I think is not becoming of a political conversation, I'm critical of. I think there's no way in the world, if I were Lisa Slack and I'd go on Mr. Piker's podcast, I wouldn't go on it if he invited me. Now, if I were in a setting and he was there to debate, I'd debate him, but I wouldn't give him the satisfaction of being on his platform. I think one of the worst things that has happened in politics over the last 10, 20 years is that people believe that politics is just about fighting. And the language they use projects and imparts and portrays and celebrates fighting. No one, I've said on the show before, everyone, Democrat, Republican, like everyone says, we want a candidate that's going to fight, fight, fight. No one ever says, I want a candidate that's going to solve. And I don't sense that Mr. Piker's platform is that. He's entitled to it, but so is Ms. Slotkin, and I agree with her. I agree with her position.
Jesse, this is a person who also says, I hate Republicans. I mean, this is the tip of the iceberg for the horrible things he has said. But how can someone run for office or run for a position of influence, not realizing that he's going to represent, guess what, people who are Republicans, too?
Yeah, you never want to say you hate half the country. Yeah. I've learned that. I don't think I say that anymore. But, you know, you seem weak when another man says they're afraid of other men. Another man should not say, oh, these other guys are so dangerous. They're so violent. They're so threatening. Well, sometimes that's a compliment. Sometimes you need men to be dangerous and violent to protect the country from the inside and the out. And he just sounds like a real housewife. Like, hey, stop. I wouldn't run with that guy, but if they do, go for it. A little advice for the Democratic Party. You used to have Bill Clinton, the Kennedys, the Cuomos, the Gores, John Edwards, Barack Obama, kind of. You used to have tall, athletic, handsome men. Can I say handsome? Yes. I'm that secure in my masculinity. Either that or I'm gay. But I'm not saying, you know.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.